Alright guys, welcome back to the channel once again, and today we're gonna be talking about the component manager in Grapesjs. And thank you so much guys, thank you for giving me support. Recently my 1000 subscribers have been completed and I'm really glad like we made it. Let's get started and let's look into this. So I already have created one video on this one and I discussed few features about this, like how we can create the custom component type, like if we want to define some component by ourselves and we just add the element in type inside this Grapesjs builder and click on it. So all the traits and all the properties gonna be loaded onto for that component type, whatever the styles we are defining or whatever the attributes we are defining for the HTML. So all those things gonna be loaded over here according to that component type. Okay, so in that thing we're gonna be discussing more like how we can pass the event and how we can track those events and how we can do some more customization into that one. So we're gonna be looking into that. Okay, let's get started. So first of all, if you land on the Grapesjs documentation, so you can just go in the API reference, okay, and you can just look for the component, or you can directly just go into the docs, and after getting started you will see the modules. Over inside the modules you will see the component and you will see all the component types and all the features related to that. So there are component in the component types, there are a few attributes we have to define. Like first we have to define the model, and inside the model you have to define some properties like class name, is it draggable or not, is it droppable, deletable, and the trait and the is element. So all these things you have to define. So let's get started. If you go over here, scroll a little down, so you will see that this is the kind of block. Okay, so this is how you can define the component as well. Just pass the HTML elements inside of that, will create one component for that, but it doesn't define any properties over here. Okay? It will just render your simple component like this way, and you can drag it and drop it, okay, over there. So let's go over there down. So you see this is the called component definition. This component definition, in this tab you have to define the tag name component. It's the replica of this one, but here you have defined into the HTML format, same the way you can define over here in the JSON format. Okay, so tag name components, inside that component, like your first component gonna be div, inside that if you have another component like HTML type, image, and attribute, like whatever the HTML attributes gonna be there, like source, alt, like alt, and all the things inside the image, so that you can pass over here. And same you have to define for another component, like if the serial component is there like a span and you want to put some text over there, so that's how you're gonna. So this is the kind of JSON format you can pass inside the Grapesjs, and it's gonna be added into your DOM. Okay, let's move forward, and this is how the component stack is defined over here. Like if you put any component, so it goes like your stack work, like event stack works inside the JavaScript. It's the same kind of thing works over here. So it takes one component and put it above the another component. Okay, and if you try to look into the component JSON, like if you try to get all the models from there, editor.js, and then you will look, so those all the components gonna be coming into this manner, like on the serial manner. So you can read about this one, how it works or not, but what we gonna discuss today, that's little different from here. So this is how the definition, component definition you have to give, whether you can put the HTML or whether you can put into the JSON format, but we have to add custom component type. So that's the kind of little different. So these are the component types which by default come from the Grapesjs. All these component types have their different kind of attributes, traits, class names. So you need to check into this one, like what class names they are following, so you can extend this component type over there and you can use it again. Okay, so you just have to do model.extend and use this component type again and add some more specification into that one, like you want to extend the traits over there, extend the class name, like checking the class name is element type. So those things you can do. Okay, let's go a little down. So if you see this script over here, so this is your component type. That's how you have to define. Okay, and this is the function which you have to keep all the time into your code. Once you check, like if you define any model, you have to put the class name over here, and after that once you go into this function, you have to define like what the thing gonna be checked inside the DOM, so it will take this component type. Okay, so this is very mandatory thing that you have to define whenever you are defining any component type, like adding any type of the component. So you have to define by the class name, or you can define by the tag name. So you can check it by like element.tag name, and it will provide you the element like whichever you have defined over here, and you have to check it by, is it input? This is checking for the tag name, but you can check for the class name like element.classlist.contains, and then you can put the class name over there and it will check automatically if this class name exists inside that HTML element, like class name exists inside the HTML element, then it will automatically add this component type. It will show it over there. So this is your component type. So if you see into this tab header over here, so it's coming link. Okay, and for this one it's coming as as a text. So this is a component type. It's coming from here, which you have defined, or is it already defined on the Grapesjs side? So that is called the component type. And if I click on this image, and over here you see this is coming source URL or alt text. And if same thing, we're gonna be just inspecting it over here. And if we go over here inside this HTML element, so you see the alt text is coming Los Angeles and the image URL is coming like this way. Okay, whatever we have given over there inside this over here, la.jpg. okay, and if I change the image URL or change the text from here, let's suppose I change the text like this way, so you can just copy the image from here, because that image is not loadable. So that's okay. Let's just take one image from this Google, copy the image address, close this window. Okay, extend it over here, click on this image again. Okay, so you see the image is loading now, and if we just click on this image and see it over here, so you see the image has been changed. So now the image URL is coming, which we have added over here right now. So that's how it works. So that's defined for the form. So like input time, and you can just define the draggable as well. So draggable is a kind of thing whether you can make it true, or you can define inside which component or which element this element gonna be draggable. Let's suppose this input type, so input gonna be draggable only inside the form. It's not gonna be draggable outside of that. Same thing you can do for the deletable or droppable as well. If you want to make it droppable, like where you want to drop it, okay, where it will be droppable. So let's suppose you are dragging this element and you want to drop it inside outside of the form or somewhere like inside a div container or somewhere else. So it won't be, because it's gonna be droppable always inside the form. So that's kind of limitations you can put inside the component type. And these are the attributes which you can define. Already you want to be just putting some attribute, default attributes, so you can just add it over here. And these are the traits which are called these things. Okay, so these are the traits, like source, alternative text. So these are the traits. These things are called traits, okay, in the Grapesjs language. Okay, so you can define the multiple traits over here, like just passing the multiple objects. Okay, that's how you can do it. So this is the simple normal script of defining the component type. But if you scroll a little down, so you will see some more options over there. So you can check for the tag name like this, a type and all the things. So if you want to do some more stuff, so after checking the tag name, so you can do it like this way. Okay, so you see over here it has different results, dot attributes, title, high. So you want to change some things after checking this component type, so you can do that. Run. I'll show you the code as well, how I have written the code. I have written so many component types recently, so I'll show you the code for those, and then I'll make it run. Because if you see, this is already running, so this is kind of demo, but I have also added some few components over here. So image, video, and text. So these are the three components which are loading from my code, right? So I'll just show you quickly. So let's just see some more things inside of this one. So these are the things, like if you want to change the attribute or something like you want to do in the runtime, so you can do that. These all functions are available in the Grapesjs, whatever you want to do. So you can do the customization by, so you can do a lot of stuff with this component type. And this is the main feature which gives you the dynamic solution for inside the Grapesjs, because Grapesjs automatically comes, like you just have to define the ID container and then it will load the UI like this one. But if you want to do some more customization on the loading of this blocks and categories, so then you have to really dig into this component type. So if we come over here and add type, so first of all you see this init function over here. So inside this init function you can define your event handlers. So let's suppose you have passed some traits over here, and on that traits they have some name you have to provide. Okay, so you can track those traits over here. Let's suppose you are doing some changes into the traits, like if you're passing some input variable over here like this way, you are doing continuous changing over here. So you want to do something like on the change into this input box, I want to do some more stuff. So how you can do, you just need to track those events like on change, and then you have to pass the trait name, what change you have done in the attribute, and in which like title or something. So you have to pass this name over here like this way, and you can call another function. Okay, and those function you can just define underneath of this function, init function. Okay, so that's how it's, the example is given over here. So you see handle prop change. So if you do some changes in the prop, so you can just define, track those props over here, and you can do some extra stuff. Okay, on the runtime everything will happen on the runtime, but you have to write these functions earlier. Okay, and then you can make the API call, you can get the data from there, and you can make some more changes on the runtime, so you can do that easily. Okay, and you can pass the script as well, like if you want to write a JavaScript code and then you want to do everything by your own, so you can just, there's one option comes over here, script. Okay, inside that you can write a JavaScript code and you can do whatever you want to do. That's kind of things also you get into this component type. Okay, so it gives you more flexibility. And same, if you see what you get, so there's a kind of view thing inside this. So if we go into the view, okay, so you get some more options over here. Okay, more event like handlers or functions over here, so that you can do over here. So be default the tag element of the same model, tag name div. Okay, and events, you can check the events as well, like double click, you want to check for the double click or you want to check for the single click, so you can track it over here like this way, events. And you can just pass the function. So you see the click on elements, if you single click on elements, it has passed the function single click or inner click like this way. So inner click is this one gonna be passed. Okay, so that's how you can do on render if you want to do some stuff. So you get so many event handlers over here, and that gonna be really useful once you define your component type. Okay, and let's go some more things. So update component type. Okay, it's the same thing which I'm telling you right now. Like if you want to do some changes on the runtime or something like that, so you can just update the component type like this way. Or you want to extend your component type, so you can just extend it, just passing some more variable and do model.extend. So first you have to get the component type from the editor, like editor DOM component, and then you can just the name of that and then do model.extend, and it will update the component type. So that's how you can do it. So you see the extend features given over here. So you just have to, you can extend it by different component type as well, like different component you have already defined. So you common component type you have already defined, like all the traits and everything gonna be common in each and every component. And after that you want to extend that component, so you have to use this one, like extend your default component, and after that you just do the model and initialize some more details into that. Okay, so it will override that and take the previous property from the previous component as well. Okay, so that's how it works. So this is the script for getting the component. You can just, if you want to get the component, so you have to define it like this way. First you have to get the DOM component from editor.dom component, and then you can just do get type. So you will get the type of the component, and then you will get the model, and after that model you can just do dot extend, and then you can extend the model. So that was it from this component types. And then you get some life cycle hooks. So this is the same which I was telling you, like model.init, component create, these are the like events, and model.init is the function. Like inside the model you define the init function, where we define all the event handlers which handles the event of your traits. Okay, and you view.on render when you render your component. So if you want to do some more stuff, so you can do that. Model.updated, so you can track it over here. These are the kind of hooks which you can use it, and you can do some more stuff. So global and local hooks means this is the local hook which can be run only inside the component type, and the component.update if you want to run globally, so you can do editor.on, and then you can pass component.update eventful from there, and then in the callback it will provide you the element details, and then you can do some. So the globally you can track this one, where we initialize our grapesjs.init, and after that you get the editor instance, and then on that editor instance you can just pass this editor.on, and then pass this event handler like this events, just like this way, component call and update, and then callback. So here's the example given. You will see component.create, mount, update, component to remove. So that's how it works. Okay, so that's how. And view, you see view, init, on render. So that's how you can use these functions as well. So I have already shown you earlier over there in the top of this page. So all the things are there. So this is kind of you can do. Okay, so that's how you can define the multiple component types like this. Account dom.add type. So you can just simply define like this way, components, attributes, and attributes. So these are the JSON type of defining a component. So it will extend your default component and then load these things. So it will always go in default one. And if it is checking, like if you have added any class name which is checking the earlier, like the Grapesjs predefined components, it will automatically take all the feature from there. Now let's go into the code over here. So you see I have defined multiple codes over here, like multiple component types over here. So I have alert.js where I have defined for the alert. Okay, so same code I have written, like here I have written the block. Okay, this is the block, like the normal block we defined with the HTML, so which we can drag from the block manager and drop it inside the table. But once it's gonna be dropped, so it will automatically take this type, like alert type, and then you will see the custom name is alert, and the custom name means whatever the name comes over here. So whatever the name comes over here, like it's for this one is coming link. So but this name is your custom name. Okay, you can change this name as well. So classes, what classes you want to define over there, so you can just add those classes. Tag name, so tag name. So this kind of simple component you are defining over here. Classes and traits you have to define like this way. You can define it. So in the list I have just passed like object like this way. And class select means it's a select type trait. And if you are just passing the text type trait, so you just need to pass like text. So you can define the input type over here inside the trait. So that trait gonna be that kind of element. Okay, this is a select, whether it's a toggle, whether it's a switch or whatever it is. So you have to define the type of that over here. And options, how many options gonna be inside of that list. So you have to define like this way. And then concat model prototype default trait. So text model. So you remember which I was talking about, the model dot extend or something. So this is where the model. So I'm taking the default model from the predefined model from the Grapesjs dom.get type text, and after that I'm extending it over here like this way. So I'm extending it like this way, text model dot extend, and then I'm just adding my some more features to this. So whenever it will load over there, so it will take the Grapesjs predefined model as well and extended data like whatever I have defined over here, that one also gonna be coming over there. And you see this is component element. So this is very like mandatory thing over here to define, because otherwise if you comment this out and if you don't write this code, Grapesjs is never gonna check this component type exists or not, whether you have written the code. Okay, so make sure whenever you pass any component type, so you have to define this is component function, and inside that you have to check like this, if this component consists this selector name, whether it's a tag name or whether it's a class name. So if it exists, so then it's gonna be return your type of the element. So I have written for the button. Okay, so we're gonna make few changes over here inside the button, and then we can check it's working or not. Okay, over here the class select button, capitalize outline. So I'll do some changes and I'll show you. Okay, so this is my button type. So let's go into the image. So I have done the changes in image over here. So you see this one bs.image, this is coming. And if I drag any image from here, so let's suppose I drag this image somewhere around somewhere inside this one, let's drag it over here. So I drag this image. Okay, so you see that the tag name is coming image, and if I click on it, go over here in the settings, so you see the source URL is coming and the alternate text is coming. So dummy image source URL is coming over here. So okay, so you see this URL is coming. Okay, image default this URL, and same URL is loading over here as well, like over here. Okay, and this image default I have defined somewhere over here, like it's gonna be predefined, always gonna be loaded over there. So you see the attributes I have defined, like the default attribute. Now if I want to change it, so I can change it over here like this one. So let's go over it this one and just copy this all the image source from there and just copy it. So you see the image is loading for me now. Okay, I can just take this image from here as well, and this image gonna be loaded. So that's how it works. And let's suppose I just want to extend one more trait over here. So let's suppose copy this one, extend it more, and I just want to do some HGG text, and this gonna be text type. So leave it as it is. And name all. So name I will do HJ. So let's see coming or not. So let's reload the page. Okay, let's click on the image, go over here. So you see this trait I have added it now, and this trait is coming over here. You see it. So that's how you can extend the trait. Okay, and now if we go over here text.js, so this is what changes I have done to text.js is very simple, and if you want to extend more, so you can do that easily. Okay, and now I have done the changes in video like embed.js. Okay, this is how my embed.js is coming. So let's drag the video component from here. So this is the default video component is coming. So if you want to change the type of the component from here, so the traits are defined like HTML5 source or YouTube type, YouTube no cookie, Vimeo. So you can just change the type over here and you can just add it. Okay, so source is also loaded over here, but doesn't gonna run inside this one because the functionality is not added. So you can just play the button from here and it will run. Okay, let's click on this one over there. Let's embed. Okay, if we click on embed and go inside this one, so you see aspect ratio. So these ratio you can change from here. Okay, so you see the ratio is getting changed and which are defined over here. Okay, so inside the embed if we go, so embed, so you see the ratios are defined over here. And now I was talking about that function where we can change the ratio. So inside the init, so it has been defined. If you change anything inside the aspect ratio, so it automatically make the changes in the iframe. Change.join listen to model.render component.type something. So if you do any changes into this one, it will automatically start changing your view of the component. So that's how the view of the component is getting changed over here, because the function is running view.extend inside the init and it will automatically change the concept. So there's another way we can change it, like you can directly define the init over here like this way, init define over here this way, and inside this init function you can define all the your event handler over here, like we were discussing in the last call, and then you can make the changes. So if you go inside the form.js I have written, so over here you see this listen to this dot change form state, and you can change the form state. Like I have written this function update form state success error normal. So this is how you will change. And source state get state model, and these are the function used for source state and get state model. So these are the function used for that. Whenever I will check, like if the content is selected inside this trait is success, so it will automatically force is success, so it will automatically call this function with that state, and whatever I want to do with that state I can do it automatically. Let's suppose I want to append some more text over there. If someone select that one, so it will automatically gonna be added. And we have to make sure like whatever the changes we are doing over here, that should also reflect on the preview page, whether it's a dynamic or static. So you just need to make sure that you have written the script like that. I also did all those changes on the live side as well. Yeah, that's how it works, and that's it from my side. Let me know guys in the comment section if you have any doubt regarding this one, because it's really simple. You should just need to have the little bit understanding of this component type, and you can easily add multiple component type and then use it. You can make your builder far more better than this Grapesjs. Okay, so thank you so much guys. Thank you for watching. I'll meet you in the next video. Thank you so much.